Myself in. Okie dokie. Hello, amazing entrepreneurs. Welcome to Talking Business with Ritz. I am your host, Ritzel, Loredo-Rectra, and today is special because we have someone incredible joining us on the show. A guide, you know, in the field of visibility and success. Now, you, my fam bam, are the heroes of your business journey. You're navigating through challenges, aspiring for success, and aiming for that magical six-figure milestone. We get it. In the vast landscape of business, standing out, gaining visibility, and reaching that six-figure goal can really feel like a daunting task. It is to me, right? Let's just be honest. All right. Many entrepreneurs find themselves at this crossroads. So, but fear not. Today's expert is here to guide us through the intricacies of building visibility and turning goals into reality. So stay tuned as we uncover strategies for a fun and profitable business. All right, welcome, Fam Bam, to the Know the Expert segment. I hope you are in good health and great spirits wherever you are right now. Get ready for an exciting conversation that will not only inform but uplift your entrepreneurial journey. So, my goal is to create a platform where experts showcase their authority in their fields. All right. Now, talking business with Ritz humanizes entrepreneurship by spotlighting the person behind the title before the offer. Okay, before I reveal who Cindy Holbrook, Cindy J. Holbrook is, all right, now through this expert interview, we make business talk fun, simple, and practical, fostering relatability and inspiration for our audience. So we delve into empowering topics and strategies, offering valuable insights, actionable advice, and authentic connections within the online business community. So join us by supporting us, liking, subscribing, and sharing this video with your friends. And don't miss out on future episodes. Hit that notification bell in my YouTube channel. So make sure also to join our Facebook group and learn and network with our entrepreneurs. And drop your questions anytime in the comments, and we'll have a Q&A segment to answer your questions. All right? No questions, no Q&A segment. All right, fam bam. So I'm thrilled to have an exceptional guest right now. Okay, here we go. Here's the face. I'm thrilled to have an exceptional guest with us. All right, someone who has mastered the art of visibility and empowerment. She helps clients discover the best strategies for online visibility based on their personality, beliefs, and values. So she specializes in assisting coaches, consultants, and speakers aiming for a six-figure business. Okay. She also covers all aspects of marketing, guiding clients from initial contact to converting the leads into happy paying clients. All right. Are you excited? I have to tell some more. Okay. She had been featured on Huffington Post Live. All right. Women's Speaker Association TV, Everyday Women TV, eHarmony Prevention, and various more podcasts and radio shows. Okay, now please join me in welcoming our expert, the one and only Cindy J. Holbrook, also known as the Visibility Wiz. Let me just add her on the stage. All right.
Hi, Ritz.
Hi, Cindy J. Okay.
Hello, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you for being here.
Again, my
Okay,
pleasure.
all right. And now it's time to discover the person behind the expertise. So let's get to know our guest in a deeper level. All right, Cindy, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, Bam Bam, type your questions in the comment and we will address them one by one in the Q&A segment. All right, share the stream to your friends and get them to join us now. All right, so I'm ready, already. Very excited to start. All right, so our episode for today is a game changer and evolves around the main topic, which is boost profits with visibility and influence. So our guest today will be demystifying this topic. All right, so but before we dive into this insight, Cindy, tell us a bit about yourself. Who is Cindy Holbrook as a person, and how'd you get started as the Visibility Wiz? Let me just change that. There we go. Go ahead.
Cindy Holbrook, the person. I'm very fun. I'm very creative. I was a born entrepreneur. From the time I was 10 years old, I was always dabbling in some sort of business. And so as soon as the internet came out in the early 2000s, I started my first internet business in 2000, where I utilized a drop shipper to sell pewter figurines. It was a Yahoo store. Anybody remember those way back when? And so
Yeah.
then I started doing affiliate marketing where I was using Google Ads to sell other people's stuff. And actually, when I was doing this, I was earning about 5K a month. And I was like this close to quitting my day job because I thought,
Mhm.
okay, this can go places. And then I got hit by the big giant Google slap, which killed my business overnight.
Oh,
But that was really a blessing in disguise because it led me to coaching. And coaching is where my heart is. I love helping people. I love helping people step into who they are with outrageous confidence. I love watching the transformation of somebody just hoping that they can achieve their dreams to actually achieving their dreams and their goals with their business. Now, when I first started coaching, this was back in 2009, everybody kept telling me that I had to speak in order to get clients. Well, I lived in a very remote town, and it would have taken me 2 hours to drive anywhere to speak. And so that would have been a 4-hour round trip just to speak. And I was
mhm.
working 50 or 60-hour days in social services. So to me, it just wasn't plausible to try to find speaking gigs. But because of all of the knowledge I had from my previous businesses, I knew what it took to get visible online.
Mhm.
Within 2 years, I was able to quit my day job and take my coaching full time. And that's when I started going to conferences and meetings and stuff. And people kept coming up to me, Cindy, how did you get on prevention? Can you show me how? Cindy, how did you get on Huffington Post? Can you show me how? Cindy, how did you get on eHarmony? Can you show me how? And so I started, when I started coaching, I was coaching divorced women. So
Mhm.
through this, I was also coaching entrepreneurs to get the visibility that I was getting because people were seeing that I was doing something different. I wasn't spending all of my time out there speaking in public. And we all know that speaking in public is the number one fear, so they say. So,
Yeah.
and but and even as the internet has evolved, and now a lot of people, some people are afraid of speaking even on camera, but back then there was no video. All of the speaking was just audio, so it was easier per se, I think, for people to speak. But also there's lots of strategies to be visible off of camera that so many people don't teach anymore. These are
Mm.
tried and true ways that still work, that will bring you clients. So when I work with my clients, I like helping them find that right strategy that fits with their personality. Because if you're sitting there going, I hate Facebook, but I know I have to be on Facebook, you're not going to be consistent. You're not going to be having fun in your business. you're going to be creating another job that you hate. And I don't know about you, but I did not go into business to be miserable.
Yeah, true. That is so true. That was interesting. So, uncovering these stories that molded our experts, like our Cindy here, into that individuals they are today is consistently intriguing. It
Mhm.
intrigues me a lot. That's why I always ask this question.
Yeah. I
All
would
right.
like to add one thing to that. Now,
Yeah.
I said that I started as a divorce coach, and for a while I was coaching both divorce coaches and entrepreneurs. But
Mm-hmm.
when I started collaborating with other experts, I started collaborating with dating coaches. So I always say I became an accidental dating coach because my clientele became full of divorced women who wanted to date again. And that didn't fill my soul. Like that was killing my soul almost as much as whenever I was working in social services. It's not what I wanted to do. So I floundered for about a year because
Mm-hmm.
I knew that I didn't know how to take it back to just doing the divorce without the dating part. And I didn't like doing the dating part. So I didn't know where to go. So I was speaking to my coach one day and I was telling her, I just don't understand why people do this and do this and do this and do that. And she goes, oh, you want to help people with visibility. And that's when the visibility was born back in 2017. And so since then, I've been very happy helping people and guiding people to create their own fun and profitable business that aligns with them, because I have tried strategies that didn't align with me. I became that accidental dating coach and created a business I didn't like. So I
Mm-hmm.
love helping my clients from the get-go find something that's going to fuel their heart and soul.
That's how you became a visibility whiz. Now we know. All
Yeah.
right, now, all right, now let's get to know Cindy on a more personal level. Are you ready for a lightning round of fun questions, Cindy? All
Okay.
right, let's go. Here we go. First question: what is your favorite word and why?
What is my favorite word? That's an
Yeah,
interest. I think my
think
favorite word really is abundance.
abundant.
Because we have abundance everywhere. Abundance of air, abundance of nature, abundance of wildlife, abundance of vehicles, abundance of cars, abundance of houses, abundance of clothes. We just have abundance everywhere, and we just need to open our eyes to it.
Exactly. If your life had a movie title, what would it be and who would play you in the lead role? Why?
Well, my life had a title. If
Yeah.
you're talking my entire life, I did write a book called Overcoming Dark Family Secrets.
Uh-huh.
So that is the title of my memoir. So I guess that would be the title of my life, Overcoming Dark Family Secrets, to
And
become a
who would play
successful
you?
businesswoman. Who would play me?
Yeah.
So old, but back in the day, I would have actually said Melissa Gilbert, but I'm not that up into like the stars, so I really don't know because it would have to be a younger girl.
Hmm.
Um, so, gosh, I really don't know. I'm just not that into knowing who the stars are or
All
the
right. All right.
singers or
No problem. There's one time when I asked this question. The answer was Sandra Bullock.
yeah.
The proposal. All right. Now, next question: if you could have a virtual coffee chat with any historical figure, who would it be and why?
Any historical figure. I think I would love to sit down with Eleanor Roosevelt. I think that there's so much to her. She was a very, I think, deep person, and my very favorite quote is by her. And so I really think that she's seen the inner workings of how our minds work, even though the science wasn't there back in her day. And my favorite quote is, uh, no one can make you feel inferior without your permission. And I love that quote because you can interchange that quote with any emotion in the world. No one can make you feel loved without your permission. No one can
Correct.
make you feel successful without your permission. No one can make you feel angry without your permission. No one can make you feel sad without your permission. And you can literally interchange that word inferior with any emotion in the world.
All right. Very insightful. Now, next question. If you could choose any fictional character as your business partner, who would it be and why?
Fictional. Ah, fictional character. That's so tough. It's crazy. I think I would just say Meredith Grey from Grey's Anatomy.
Mm-hmm.
Just because she's such a smart woman and she's willing to look at so many different ways of doing things. She's not stuck in her way.
All right. Now, in a parallel universe where you're not the Visibility Wiz, what would be your dream alternate profession?
Just the first thought that came to my mind, but it's actually so much of what I do now is, just teaching. Being a huge motivational speaker like Tony Robbins, like that would be super cool.
Yeah, I bet it is. All right. In 3 words, okay, 3 words. How would your friends describe you?
Fun, loving, and kind.
All right, I can see that. All right, now.
And my husband would call me a weirdo. So my kids do too. So maybe
You're
there's
not
something there.
alone. You're not alone. Okay. Now, last question, and on a more serious note, if you could give one piece of advice to your younger self, what would it be?
That my life is my choice. And I know that might sound crazy, but the first time I ever heard that term, I was 35 years old. So up until the time I was 35 years old, I was a puppet for what other people wanted me to be. So I would love to go back and tell my 16-year-old self that I actually had a say in my life and start my life earlier than 35.
Wow, that's well said. And not a lot of people realize that they have a say in their own life.
Mhm.
Yes. All right, those were fantastic. Thank you very much, Cindy. Deserves the clap. Enthusiastically taking on the lightning round of questions and generously sharing insights into your personality and experience. We truly appreciate that.
Oh, my pleasure. My life is an open book. I wrote a book about it. So
All right. Okay, now, Bam Bam, stick around. We're about to dive into the heart of today's topic: boost profits with visibility and influence. All right, stay tuned for the Learn from the Expert segment. Here we go. All right, welcome, amazing fambams, to Talking Business with Ritz. Grab your notepads, get ready to learn. Cindy is about to share insights that can transform your business. All right, Cindy, let's delve into the specifics, starting with the first topic. Here we go. Where's our banner? First topic is stand out in your market successfully, optimize visibility. So, Cindy, as the Visibility Wiz, you've helped countless of entrepreneurs transition from being the best kept secret to trusted and in-demand experts, right?
Yeah.
What key strategies have you found most effective in helping entrepreneurs really optimize their online visibility and stand out in the crowd?
Well, there's a couple things. First of all, everything always starts in the mindset, right? Everything. So people that aren't
Agreed.
visible, there's usually something that's preventing them. They're saying, what if somebody calls me out? What if somebody says something mean to me? What if somebody tells me I'm wrong? I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too fat, I'm too skinny. Or I love this one. I've heard this a lot. I don't want to use the wrong strategy, so I'm just not doing anything. But visibility is so important. And what I find so many newer entrepreneurs doing, because they're struggling with these fears that they have based on their own personal experiences, and they want to be visible. So they play the game. They go, here I am, see me? Okay, now you can only see part of me because I don't want you to see all of me. If you see all of me, you might reject me. You might tell me that I'm not good enough. You might tell me I'm not smart enough. And I just couldn't handle that. So I'm just going to hide behind my mask. And we play this game, which makes us very inconsistent in our visibility. So it's very key to understand that everybody has gone through these fears. It's nothing new, right? I mean, nothing. And sometimes it comes out that we try to be too perfect, or we want to be perfect, or we just keep procrastinating. And, whenever you do that, tomorrow never comes. So there's all these things that are inner. As I said, I wrote my memoir about my life. Now, I had to overcome a lot of things that were said to me. Now, even though I had what a lot of people would rate as a 10 traumatic childhood, there's one thing that my father said that really changed my life in a negative way. When I was 18, just before I got married to my first husband, I wrote a poem, and I was going to read it at my wedding to my first husband. And I had tons of proof that I was a good writer. I mean, tons of proof. But my father told me, if you read that poem at your wedding, you're going to be a laughingstock. And matter of fact, if you ever let anybody read what you write, you'll be a laughingstock. So when I left my first husband after a 20-year marriage, I threw away 5 novels that I wrote.
Wow.
Okay? Yeah, because I didn't want to be a laughingstock. So whenever people and I always say trauma, they like thinking like my 10 plus, how horrible. But that wasn't a 10 plus traumatic event. That was just one simple statement that my dad told me one time that changed me because I was afraid of being called a laughingstock. So I find a lot of people have something like that in their past. And it could be as silly and as simple as what my father said to me, that's preventing us from having the success that we desire. It's preventing us from showing up authentically. So perfectionism, a lot of people struggle with this. A lot of people, and I've heard this so many times, you have to have your hair perfect. You have to wear makeup. You can't wear tank tops on camera. You have to wear eye makeup. You have to, just all these things. And I'm like, well, last year I had 3 eye surgeries, and per my doctor, I'm not allowed to wear eye makeup. So does that mean I shouldn't show up on camera? You don't have it. Does that mean I shouldn't show up on camera? No, I'm still here. This is who I am.
I don't have makeup. All natural.
If you met me at the store, you're going to see exactly who I am now. That's just who I am, right?
Yeah.
But we get all this stuff in our head, and this makes us feel more unworthy, and so we hide and we cringe. So you need to step into who you are with outrageous confidence. So what is outrageous confidence? Outrageous is something bold, startling, and different. But it does not mean that it has to be bold, startling, and different to the entire world. It's bold, startling, and different for you to do it. And confidence is a state of being. It's actually a choice.
Yeah,
it's never anything that we arrive at. And I say it's a choice that I'm confident I'm going to do this to the best of my ability at this moment in time. Not that we're going to do it perfect. We're going to do it to the best of our ability at this moment in time. And the more you do the best of your ability at this moment in time, the more you're going to hone your practice of whatever it is you're doing. But this came to me years ago because I was at this event, and my roommate told me that my sweater made me look fat and frumpy. Now, no woman wants to be told she looks fat and frumpy, right? So
Correct.
she goes, I would never wear that sweater in public. I would only wear it at home. So for 2 years, I only wore that sweater at home. And then I had some errands to run and it was cold outside. So I threw my sweater on and I went about 4 or 5 different places. Every place I went, somebody stopped me, complimented me, and told me how beautiful I was and how beautiful the sweater was and how beautiful I was in the sweater. And I thought, why in the heck am I letting one person's opinion dictate what I wear? And we
Correct.
do this a lot with our business. We let one person's opinion dictate how we run our business.
Mhm.
And so I went home. I had my husband take a full length picture of me from head to toe with my sweater. And I sent this picture to my entire email list with the story that I just told you. Because we have to continue to grow. And whenever we're doing something that is uncomfortable to us, that is bold or outrageous for us to do, that helps us grow as a person. It helps us grow into who we need to be to have the success we desire.
True. Exactly.
So another thing is so many people, they spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on programs because over here they're saying you have to be on LinkedIn to succeed. Over here they're saying you have to be on Facebook to succeed. Over here they're saying you have to be on Instagram to succeed. And people think they have to be everywhere, but no, 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 no. Whenever you're trying to be everywhere, you're wearing yourself too thin, especially whenever you're just starting out. Choose one that aligns with who you are. Now, you probably are asking, well, where are my clients? That's where I need to be. Where do I find my clients? And I like to say this is not the right question you should be asking yourself, because where do I find clients makes you think that they're out there somewhere hiding behind a bushel that you have to go find them. And that's not the case. When you know who you want to be known as or for, what you want to be known for, and you know what problems your clients have, and you speak their message, they're going to hear you. So
Correct.
your job is to get in front of your audience, and your audience is everywhere, literally. There's very few exceptions to that. I have done numerous studies, and when I do some of my webinars, I share the stats on all of the different social media platforms, and
Mm-hmm.
you are going to find your clients everywhere with, like I said, few exceptions. If your target audience is stay-at-home moms, LinkedIn probably isn't the best place for you,
Correct.
right? But
Probably it's Facebook or either Instagram.
yeah, but also the difference is that LinkedIn is more serious and businesslike. So if you're a very serious person, LinkedIn might be good for you. But if you're fun and creative and you like to be weird like me, then maybe you want to be on Facebook or Instagram, because those are the places for fun, right? But I'm not saying LinkedIn can't be fun, because I know seven-figure earners that only use Instagram. I know seven-figure earners that only use LinkedIn. I know seven-figure earners that only use Facebook. And I know seven-figure earners that only use X/Twitter. Even today, with all the controversy around that site, I know people who are still earning seven figures and they only use that platform. So your clients can be anywhere and everywhere. So your job is to know the message. One morning when I was meditating, I was hearing all these different birds, and all the trees around me. And I started thinking, if a raven does its cry, a raven replies.
Yeah.
If a dove does its wooing, a dove replies. If a Tweety bird is tweeting, another Tweety bird replies.
Yes.
And you can be somewhere and you can be hearing 10, 20, 30 different types of birds talking to each other all at once, but the flock knows their kind. And your people, the people you're meant to serve, they know your voice, and that's going to help you stand out from the crowd, because you're not trying to talk to everybody. You're trying to talk to your people. If you're a dove, you want to be talking to other doves, and you don't care about the ravens and the eagles and the Tweety birds. You just want the other doves, right? And this is really, really important, because so many people want to talk to everyone. And whenever you're just speaking to that one person, they're going to hear your voice. and they're going to be attracted to you. So that's really so much of the key to visibility, is knowing what you want to be known for. I always suggest everybody try to pick a three letters for a few different reasons. Now, if you have a name like Ritzel, there's probably not a whole lot of them in the world, maybe where you are from, but it sounds very uncommon to me. Cindy, there's thousands of Cindys, millions of Cindys out there. And I also know other Cindy Holbrooks. There's a Cindy Holbrook Harlequin romance writer. That's why when I started my business, I added my J, my middle initial, Cindy J. Holbrook, to differentiate myself from her. But even with that, if I'm just using my name, it's hard to get seen on Google. Now, if you go and you Google the Visibility Wiz, you're going to find my website. You're going to find different talks that I've done, that I've spoken at. You're going to find all of my social media platforms. And all of this just sort of happens without you having to do a whole lot about it, because that's how you're branding yourself. So whenever Ritz promotes this on her YouTube channel, she's going to put Cindy J, the Visibility Wiz. So that means when you Google the Visibility Wiz, you have a better chance of finding me, right? And so if you choose that three things, that whatever, one of my mentors, my first mentor was known as the Millionaire Marketing Mentor. I also know the Course Creator guy, the guy that knows the guy, the Money Freedom guy, the Midlife Empowerment Coach, the Intuitive Eating Coach, right? So whenever you add these names, it sets you apart, because now you're known as something. You do want to Google it and make sure somebody else isn't using it. I do know somebody uses the Visibility Queen, but I don't feel like I'm like royalty. And to me, Wiz was whimsical and it was fun, right? And I like magic, and I like wizards and things like that. So I thought, hey, this is perfect. Describes who I am as a person. So that's how me and my mentor came up with the Visibility Wiz. So whatever you come up with, it's going to help you stand out from the crowd. And then this is really important. Ask yourself. You have to know your market, but you have to know other people that are doing similar things to you. I'm a visibility coach, if you just say it really, or you could even say I'm a marketing coach. But even though I start with visibility, I can help you, as Ritzel said at the beginning, from hello to happy paying customer. I have all the marketing strategies. And some people get confused, like, well, I do this, and this. But you still want to choose the starting point for people to come in. And that's where the visibility comes in, because a lot of people struggle with how to be visible, or they're afraid to be visible, or they want to know how to stand out from the crowd. So when you start researching other people that are in your niche, and ask yourself, what are they doing that is driving you crazy? And what is something that nobody else is doing? So something that's driving you crazy. I do, my friend, she's an intuitive eating coach. She absolutely can't stand these like quick diets. And she didn't like that show that was aired years ago, The Biggest Loser, because she said the way they were doing that was actually hurting people's health, right? They were losing weight too fast. And she said it was really impairing their health and creating a lot of problems that was never aired publicly. But she would speak about it because it drove her nuts, and nobody else was speaking about it. Like, she actually got phone calls from like the directors of The Biggest Loser, because she was talking about it so much, about how she disagreed with what they were doing, right? So this is going to change you. And it was controversial because a lot of people love that show. So it's okay to do that. Now, I noticed all the other visibility coaches were saying, get on camera, how to be confident on camera, be on camera. You have to do video. Now, I do believe in that everybody should, if possible, do video. But if you're not comfortable with video, you need to start with off-camera strategies. So I started talking about off-camera strategies to get visible. Made me stand out. because everybody else is saying you have to be on camera. I'm going, no, you don't. There's ways that you can get visible off camera.
Yeah,
They're
true.
tried and proven ways. And I say this because if you are terrified of the camera, and this is my very first video, but I never showed it to anybody. My name is Cindy. Today, we will talk about confidence. Didn't instill confidence in anybody, including myself, right? And I move a lot, if you haven't noticed that. And so it's like, my daughter was like, my God, Mom, that doesn't even look like you. But I was terrified of looking into that camera. And so what I did was I practiced by myself until I got comfortable with it. But also what I did was I put my daughter's picture behind the camera. So now I was
Yes.
talking to my daughter, who is non-judgmental, who loves me, so I would just look at her picture and just chat with her. I have had people put pictures of their dogs or their cats or their favorite animals or fictional characters, anybody that's going to make you happy when you're looking at that picture, and then you put it just behind your camera. It's so much easier to talk to the camera, especially if you're nervous about it. And I know some people say, oh, people aren't nervous about camera anymore, but there's still a lot of people that are very nervous about camera.
That
So
is so true. That is so true. It's very, very difficult. Not really, yeah, it will take time. It will take time to get used to speaking in front of the camera, just like I'm doing right now. So
yes.
this is 91st episode already.
Yay.
Before before I had my first episode, it's like, oh my God, what am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
So it takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of practice.
Yes. And then the more you do it, the more authentic you just become on camera, and you're just you when you're there. And that's me. I am just, like I said, if you met me in the store or at a coffee shop, you're going to get the same Cindy as you see here on camera.
That is so true. Now, I have to ask this one. Visibility can mean different things to different people. As you said, some people don't want to be in front of the camera because either they don't like it, or either they are very uncomfortable, or they don't know how, right? But how do you approach aligning visibility strategies with the personalities, the beliefs, the values of your clients to ensure authentic and effective results?
That goes a lot with, whenever I'm speaking to them, and I even have this, I'm still working on trying to figure out how to make it to where people can just take this quiz and determine it for themselves. But a lot of it is, what brings joy to your heart. If you don't like writing, then you don't want to utilize writing strategies a whole lot. If you're afraid of speaking in public, you don't want to go out there and speak in public whenever you hate it and it makes you physically sick. If you can hone that skill, I do believe any of these skills can be learned and honed.
Yeah, it
But
can.
people are doing things that they hate. People are using LinkedIn and they hate it. People are using Facebook and they hate it because they think they have to be there. So you have to ask yourself, what do I enjoy doing? What's fun to me? And if it's fun to you, a lot of times it's going to align with your beliefs and values. Because if it doesn't align with our beliefs and values, it's not going to feel fun to us. If, for instance, by where I used to live, I lived near a military base, and there's a lot of contractors there. So when I joined my Toastmasters group, there were literally 3 rocket scientists in my Toastmasters group. We did not speak the same language in any way, shape, or form. I'm a little bit woo-woo. I'm fun. I'm this. They're very methodical. They're very one-track mind, and they're different. They're different people, those rocket scientists, I tell you. So I didn't like going. I stopped going because I didn't feel right. I didn't feel like I could be me. So if you're doing something and you're not feeling like it's you, there's a difference between being fearful If you're fearful, go for it and overcome it. But if you're sitting there, and for instance, I had, whenever I was doing some market research, one of the girls replied, I want to know how to stop feeling sick to my stomach every time I sit down to work. I said, girl, if you're feeling sick to your stomach because you have to do something, you're doing the wrong things.
Yeah.
Okay. So you really, it's just really tuning in with who you are. In February, I'm going to be expanding on my Instagram account. Right now, it's a little bit slow and I haven't done much with it. Instagram and me have played a love-hate relationship over the years.
True.
Even
I'm
though
not active in Instagram as well.
even though I absolutely know, but this past year I have learned so much about it. But I fell in love with this person, and she does skits. Now, skits are right up my alley. So I've been creating these little skits that I'm going to start be posting in February. And it's like, naturally I'm going to be the coach, and then you're going to have Fearful Frida, or you're going to have, Wanda Warrior, right? So, and then you're going to have the devil and the angels on the shoulders. But I'm going to do these little skits because that's fun to me. I have been doing skits since I was a little girl. Like, I think they're fun. And not everybody's going to think they're fun. So you don't do it if you don't think it's fun. And I think that they'll be more entertaining than just being a talking head on Instagram. I tried the dancing, but it's just not me, Okay. So, and I have some reels out there like of woodpeckers and deer and stuff. My woodpeckers got a whole lot of hits, which is funny. And I talk about business, even though the video is about woodpeckers. So really, there's two woodpeckers that are both pecking next to each other, the wood. And so I said, hey, we can all work together, right? There's no competition. We can all work together. But it still didn't feel authentic to me. But when I learned about skits, that felt authentic to me. So really, whenever you ask yourself, does it feel authentic to you? If you love to write, you can write a lot. My daughter, she's also in business, and she loves to write, and she's just writing all the time, right? Mm-hmm. But somebody else would look at that and go, oh my God, it would take me 40 hours a week to write as much as she writes. And it takes her maybe 2 hours, right? So you have to know who you are and what you're doing. Like I was saying with camera, if you like camera and you want to do video, you can practice and hone that skill. But you have to ask yourself, why is it that you want it? I actually started that Toastmasters group because I wanted to learn how to be more comfortable on what to say on camera. And it's like years ago, I wanted to learn how to speak so I could speak on camera to my clients. That was my purpose of going there. And I did stay there for quite a while, but after a while, it just got to me with the rocket. It was a feeling of not belonging.
Yeah, true.
And we all have entered places where we don't feel like we belong. And I don't want anybody having that feeling. Or whenever I became the accidental dating coach, I hated what I was doing. I hated what I was teaching, let alone, and so that, again, you're not doing something that's aligned with you. And I was making money at it, but it wasn't filling my soul. And
you're not happy as well, right?
Yeah.
It's very difficult to do something that
and I know so many people that are doing things that they really don't like, and they are creating unhappy businesses. And that's why I always say you want to create a fun and profitable business. And you want to create a fun and profitable business that's going to sustain the lifestyle you want. For some people, that might be $50,000 a year. For other people, it might be a couple million a year. But whatever it is, it's you knowing what you want, and it's you being okay with it. There's nobody that says you have to have a 6-figure business to be successful. There's nothing that says you have to have a 7-figure business to be successful. You just have to be you, and you have to be enjoying what you're doing. When you enjoy what you're doing, it doesn't feel like work, and you're more consistent, and you're definitely your energy is different to the people that are watching you because they know that you're having fun.
Yes, true. Now, speaking of gaining that six-figure months, all right. Now, we move on to the next topic, which I believe will be very much helpful in reaching that goal, right? So,
Yes,
Cindy, influencing others is actually a very crucial skill in entrepreneurship, right? So,
it
can
is.
you, yeah, can you share personal experience where you're understanding to understand the dynamics of influence played a very pivotal role in your journey?
Now, influence per se in my journey is just I think it's I love to talk, but it's whenever you're influencing others, it's not you're not manipulating them and you're not influencing them to buy your stuff, even though that's what people think right away.
Yeah.
The whole purpose is to influence them to take positive action. One of the greatest influencers in the world is Oprah, right?
Ah, yeah.
And Oprah says something, man, we all want to go buy it. And Oprah, she doesn't sit there and say, hey, you have to buy this. She doesn't say buy this, but she just talks about it. She thought, oh, I read this good book. And all of a sudden, everybody wants to read this good book, right? So this is, whenever you're influencing people, you're influencing them to take positive action of some sort that's going to improve their lives. And so basically it's coming from authenticity, but it's giving people little action steps to take before you ask for any type of sale. Whenever you're influencing others, you can influence them by your videos. You can influence them by your posts, by your email newsletters, by any way possible. One of the greatest testimonials I ever got, right whenever I morphed into being the Visibility Wiz, somebody posted on my Facebook group, Cindy, I'm so thankful to you. I could have never survived my divorce without your help. I never could have created a happy next chapter of my life. I could have never found out who I am. And I'm happier than I've ever been in my entire life. So thank you so very much. I never once spoke to this girl in person. Never once. No strategy calls. I never coached her. She was never in none of my programs. She got this from my emails and from my Facebook group. That's where she got it from. So I influenced her to take positive action by what I was showing her to do. A lot of coaches, they always say, we want to change the world. We want to make a difference in the world. And that has to include the people that's not paying you. You want to be of service to everybody and know that different people are going to be at different places. Some people are going to be able to hear your stuff and take themselves to the next level without paying for your services. Other people are going to hear your stuff and go, oh my God, I need you to help me, right? And so whenever visibility is simply getting in front of your ideal audience and you know how to influence them to take positive action, that they can do something quickly that's going to improve their lives, then you're really being of service to your community and people are going to start knocking on your door wanting to work with you.
All right. So, aside from what you mentioned, right, what are some practical, sustainable strategies that we as entrepreneurs can implement to influence others authentically and consistently over time?
Influencing others is simply, it's call to action, CTA, a lot of us call it. But with everything you do, you want some sort of call to action and you want to challenge people. On my podcast, I always say your 15-minute mission, if you choose to accept it, is. So
All
every
right.
week on my podcast, I give somebody like this 15-minute challenge to do. So this is me influencing them to do something. And it can be all different types of things. It could be to sit down and write down a brainstorm. It can be to it can be to research something. It can also be, an exercise that I give a lot of people because, again, we all have all have a different idea about who we are than the way other people see us. So I say, ask 5 people that you know to list. I'm sorry, it's 5 people. Ask 5 people you know to tell you 3 things that they admire about you and 3 things that you could improve upon.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you, whenever you do this, 90% of people have no problem accepting the things they can improve upon. But they're like, oh my God, how could this people say that I'm a leader? I struggled with that one myself. Okay.
Okay.
How can people say that I'm a leader? I don't want to be a leader. I actually, when I was working with the Millionaire Marketing Mentor, he kept putting me as a leader in all these little subgroups. And I was like, I'm not a leader. And he's like, yes, you are. I go, no, I'm not. So, and to me, I don't know, leader seemed in my head to be some negative thing, but I had to embrace, I am a leader. And so I had to embrace that. So I tell people, whenever you ask these people, especially whenever more than one person is telling you something they admire about you that you may have a hard time seeing, start embracing it and just say, I am a leader. If so-and-so would not see this in me if I was not a leader. I am capable. So-and-so wouldn't see me as capable if I wasn't. I
That
am
means,
giver,
yeah,
whatever it is. And so
yeah.
right there, I'm influencing you, hopefully, to go and ask 5 people to name 3
All right.
things that they admire about you and 3 things that you could work upon, because this helps you see how other people are seeing you. And don't worry too much about what you can improve upon. But those strengths that they tell you, I want you to build upon those. So many of us, we try to get rid of our weaknesses, or we try to make ourselves wrong for these things that we cannot do, but it just is what it is. And don't try to use your time and energy fixing these things. Some things maybe you can fix a little bit, like my daughter is habitually late. I love her to death. And that's something she could definitely work on. But if somebody says, for me, my whole life, you talk too much. Okay. And I still hear that sometimes. I talk too much. Hey, I love to talk. So if you don't want to hear me talk, don't listen to me. Right. But I used to make that a bad part of me, but it's not a bad part of me. It's who I am. So I have to embrace that. I love telling stories. I love sharing things. And it's just a part of who I am. But sometimes whenever people are telling us this, maybe I shouldn't have talked so much in school or talked too much at work, right? My sister tells me I have the perfect job coaching because I get to talk.
Yeah, that's true. Anyways, all right.
So just whatever your strengths are, please embrace them and ask yourself how you can strengthen them.
All right. Okay, now that is a very tremendous insight. Though we segue a little bit, right? So moving back to the third topic, our third topic would be to convert leads, money-making strategies, unveiled. So Cindy, converting leads is often a make or break factor in business success, right? Can you share a specific strategy, all right, or approach that has consistently proven effective in turning leads into
very,
paying
very simply, very, very simply, the simplest strategy to make money is to ask people for the sale. I cannot tell you how many people don't ask for the sale. They have great newsletters, they have great emails, but they never ask anybody to buy anything. They will post all this stuff. They post, hey, I'm having this, I'm launching this program next week, but they never specifically say join the program. There's a difference between visibility strategies, lead generating strategies, and profit making strategies. And the whole difference between those 3 strategies is the call to action. If you just want to be visible, you're not really giving them, you might be giving them a challenge, like to go ask 5 people about your strengths and things you're going to improve upon. Or I could say, which I will be sharing a free gift in a little bit, I could say, hey, go get this gift. Now you are on my email list. Now I have a chance for you to really get to know who I am. And I have a chance to get to know who you are, because it is a 2-way street. Years ago, marketing was all one way, but now
Yeah.
it's two way. And people want to be able to reply to you. They want to know that you're a real person. So you, in your emails, even if you ask questions, hey, hit reply and tell me about blah, blah, blah. Tell me about your struggles with visibility. Tell me how long you've been in business. Tell me how long you've been trying to lose weight. Tell me, tell me what your perfect relationship would look like. Whatever it is, you can ask them to tell you. And the people that respond to you are going to be hot leads.
Yeah, true.
So the third thing, the call to action is simply asking. It's asking people to strategy sessions. It's asking people to join your programs. It's asking people if they want to work with you. And so many people are afraid of no's that they don't ask. And that's simply, very simply, to make money, you have to ask. And I have seen and I've watched so many coaches and so many brilliant people. They are so afraid of being rejected. Again, remember visibility? I was talking about rejection.
Yeah.
Rejection is huge. So you don't want to be rejected whenever you're visible. You don't want to be rejected whenever you're asking for the sale. So therefore, you don't ask for it. And so these are the differences. My personal way is I like to be visible, invite people to get a gift that's going to help them solve a problem. And then I get them into my email list. Now I can nurture them. And in my email list, I will ask you if you would like to have a free visibility breakthrough call with me. I will ask you after you're on my email list, because now you have a chance to get to know who I am a little bit. A lot of people, whenever they're trying to sell, they just go up and they're like, Ritz, do you want to have a strategy call with me? I'm offering you a free consultation.
No.
And you're like, who are you, man? I know, right? Exactly. And you said no really quick. And that's just like walking up to a stranger on the sidewalk going, will you marry me? And you scare people away. So you want to get to know them. Um, Oftentimes I talk about the whole visibility to client is very similar to dating. You meet each other, they like each other, they exchange phone numbers, or for us, we get their email. Now we can start communicating with them. And if you're talking about their problems and their issues, and you're showing them that you have helped other people with the same issues they have, then they start liking you and trusting you, and they're more apt to take that call with you, to go to your strategy session, to do the breakthrough calls. And then you can, if it's a fit, I do have discovery calls where I never ask the person to work with me because I can tell that they're not a fit for me, because I don't want to work. I want a fun and profitable business. I don't want to work with somebody that's not a right fit for me.
True.
So I'm not in the habit of trying to force people, not hard sell. I don't say you have to do this to succeed. I have told people I really think that you'd benefit a lot from a mentor. So if not me, find somebody that fits your personality, because that's huge. Because if you like who you're working with and there's this mutual love and like with each other, you're going to have a happier business, and the person you're helping is more apt to succeed.
True. That is a very informative, and what an incredible conversation I'm having with you. I learned a lot, right? From you,
Thank
Cindy.
you.
So that's the third topic that we have for today. All right. Now, thank you, Cindy, for Cindy J, or for sharing. I remember. Okay, Cindy
Yes.
J. All right, for sharing invaluable insights about this visibility and influencing, which helps boost the profits for entrepreneurs like us, coaches, course creators, content creators, consultants, anybody, service providers. All right. Thank you very much for that. And now, let's check for questions. We don't have questions. All right. Now, moving on. In this enlightening segment, we had dive deep into the world of optimizing visibility with our coach Cindy J here, the Visibility Wiz. Cindy shared not just strategies but real success stories. Okay, emphasizing the power of authenticity and individuality in standing out. All right, aligning marketing with our personality, our beliefs, and our values, to emerge as a guiding principle for our business that's not just profitable but also fun, and not letting anybody run our business for us, tell us what we should be doing with our business, but instead, Cindy had shared that whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you wake up in the morning, all right, to continue your uh, reach your goal, reach your dream, right? And whatever that you are good at right now, that is what you have to develop. That's what you have to focus on. And don't moan on the things that are people are telling negative about you, because probably it's their problem, not yours. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, Cindy's insight underscored the importance of a consistent and genuine online presence, creating a memorable impact in crowded digital space. All right. You don't need to wear makeup. You don't need to wear lipstick, right? To be on camera or even talk to people, right? You don't need to be besties with so many people that you don't even know that, you know, hey, we have to know each other first. Let's be besties first. Something like that. You don't have all day actually to do that. So, what Cindy is saying that, just show yourself out there, be out there, either in camera, on camera, or off camera. There are a lot of things that you can do. Ask our Cindy J here. She knows it what to do. All right, now everybody please stick around. Right, we're heading into our final segment where Cindy J will share how you can take these insights and turn them into action, and it's time to explore how we can work directly with this amazing expert to level up our game. All right, our visibility game. So stay tuned for the work with the expert segment as we uncover the doors they're opening for you. Here we go. All right. Welcome back, fantastic fam bams, and let's transition with the work with the expert segment. So, Cindy, we're eager to hear about the offers you have for our audience and how they can tap into your expertise. Could you please share more about your how entrepreneurs can work with you and what services or resources you have for them? All right.
So to start with, as I said earlier, I'm going to offer everybody a gift. And profits is what everybody wants. But a lot of people don't do money making activities. They do a lot of visibility or lead generating activities, but they stop at the money making activities. So I've created a little guide. It's the top 7 money making activities that you can do. Now, in this guide, I'm also sharing with you, there's a 7-1, but I have about 20 different subcategories that I say that you can take action on every day. You don't have to do all 20 of them, but if you choose one of those money-making activities to do every day, Monday through Friday, you don't have to do weekends, you're going to start seeing an increase in your profits. But the thing is you need to start consistently doing the money-making activities. So many entrepreneurs spend so much time on social media doing content, videos, posting, whatever, but they don't do those money-making activities that actually brings the revenue in. So that's why I created the guide, and you can get that at cindyjholbrook.com/money. When you join, you will be invited to have via email. You will be, if you're ready to hop in and see what it's like to work with me, then we can have a visibility breakthrough call where you will see what is keeping you stuck, as well as understand the next steps for you to take. As I said, it might be working with me and it might not be working with me. I work with my clients one-on-one, where I literally hold your hand through the whole process. When with my private one-on-one clients, it's very extensive. Like, I help you with your content. I help you with your call to actions. I help you create programs and courses for your clients. And I review everything that you do. So it's very, it's a mutual effort. I also, a couple times a year, run the Profitable Business Formula. And this is a 7-week course, which will be coming out in March. So when you join my email list, you do want to keep your eye out for the next time I have that. And feel free to come to my website, cindyjholbrook.com. Check around, tell me what you think. And please do DM me on Facebook with any questions you have. You can email me. All of my information's on my website. And when you get the 7 money-making activities, you're also going to be getting emails from me, which was an opportunity for us to get to know each other better.
All right. Exciting opportunities here, Cindy. Now, Cindy, a massive thank you for being an incredible guest on Talking Business with Ritz. Your insights on optimizing visibility, influencing others, and of course, the lead conversion strategies, as we say, have really added immense value to our audience. Okay, they might not be watching full time right now because in your area is very early. Okay, so I'll be probably running this again in the afternoon and streaming the the video in the afternoon so people can watch more. Yeah, and we truly appreciate your expertise and the wealth of knowledge you've shared today. So again, Cindy, thank you very much for making this episode very fantastic.
Oh, thank you, Ritz. It was fun. It was definitely one of the most fun interviews I've been on. So kudos to you for creating this great platform for experts to share their knowledge with you and your audience.
All right. Thank you very much. We do hope that this is not the last time. We hope we're going to see you in a future episode of Talking Business with Ritz. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Cindy J. Brooke, the Visibility Wiz. All right, now for our audience who are eager to explore more, remember to check out the resources Cindy has shared and consider taking the next step by working with her directly. All right, check out her website at https / cindyjholbrook.com. So it's running at the bottom. She also has a free a free information resource, top 7 money making activities at the same website / money. All right, check her out on Facebook as well. And also, she has a YouTube channel, and the handle is Cindy J. So search that, and you'll be able to find her as well. So the possibilities are truly exciting. And all right, thank you everyone for joining us today on Talking Business with Ritz. Once again, special shout out to Cindy J. Holbrook, the Visibility Wiz, for being an incredible guest today. And we hope everybody found today's insight very valuable and actionable. So make sure to comment your takeaways also that resonates with you. And remember to like, subscribe, and share this episode if you enjoyed it. All right. If you have any questions for future episodes or want to connect with Cindy, check the description. All right, below for details. And stay inspired, keep thriving, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Until then, your journey matters. Your story matters. All right. Wishing you all a fantastic day ahead and looking forward to having you with us again soon. So this is Ritzel, Loredo-Rectra, and Cindy J. Holbrook signing off. Stay safe, everyone, and healthy. And let's continue talking business with Ritz. See you next time, everybody.